A look at the December 2023 jobs report. Welfare jobs are booming. Hello, this is Chart GPT today. Yeah, we always tend to look at that jobs report. It seems to be a critical economic indicator for not just for the U.S. but globally, because it'll affect the Fed and how they view things and interest rates, as a lot of the central banks work together. So let's get into it. Here's kind of a montage there of what the charts look like. It's 216 was the number. You can still see it's kind of had some people said it was above normal, but you can see the general trend is still downward. Unemployment rate ticked around 3.7, about fair to Midland there. The wage growth ticked up just a slight 4.3. So it's about treading water right now after the meager gains of the past. So it depends on how you think inflation is. This is another story. Of course, here's where you got all the jobs: healthcare and social assistance, government, leisure, hospitality, retail, trade, and construction and information. And they're all kind of downward ticking there. In terms of a very meager growth. So there's what your jobs report looks like. Kind of a tidbit here: changes from March to November. Full-time work is down by 500,000. Part-time is up 190,000, and multiple job owners are 291. So that shows you that the shape of the job market is not that positive as the good full-time, good-paying jobs are getting harder and harder to find. We'll look at those job openings shortly after we look at the labor participation rate. It is sinking from 6.28 to 262.5, meaning people just aren't working for a lot of reasons. We've had different cultural issues as well as economic issues on that. So we still haven't returned to the pre-COVID in terms of participation. People are just not going back to work. I would say about 70-80% recovery there. Here is the kind of the bugaboo, what they call the difference between the household and the establishment survey. The diversion hits an all-time high. Now the establishment survey is the green line, which is what you hear reported. That's what companies report, and the red line is what they call the household, which is what people say. So the difference is high. Are they cooking the books? Well, depends on how you want to believe that. Of course, the other big thing is out of the last 11 job reports, most of them have been substantially revised lower. You can see all those, the red line there is the differences between the last one and the ones that actually released. You can see the difference is quite high there. So interesting point there. Those job openings, you can look at the post link in the description box and get more, but it's just kind of a four of the ones I selected in the different areas. The only one really, there's only two doing really well. One was maybe a positive, and that's construction job openings. Are hitting some highs there. Of course, that's even though it is somewhat distressed, so that's good. And state and local, mostly education job openings, have been on the up foot. The rest of the job openings are down. Information jobs down, retail jobs down, and if you go through most of the sectors, those look very similar. So unless you're in the construction or government work, you're going to see that job openings are getting harder and harder to find. But for those welfare jobs, it's booming. You can see there the change in job growth there. Changing government social assistance as a percent of total. They're doing very well as compared to the change in other jobs. So that you can see there that if you're looking for a job, you need to get into government work. And you can see here on the left-hand part of that chart, you can see the government social assistance from 2022 to 23. They're up sharply under the Biden administration. And specifically, here's kind of a state chart, from Texas to New York. I'm sure a lot of that is for the immigration issues that they're trying to deal with. If you're looking for a growth area, there you go, because it is booming. And the post link in the description box, a little more on that difference between the BLS's household versus establishment survey. It kind of shows you a little bit more of the difference there. It gives you a better explanation, perhaps. And answer our online poll. Do you feel the job market is getting better or worse? Don't forget to subscribe.